Hello there, this is Lawrence Goff. In the background is the two chapels. I'd like to give you a little tour of the chapel here. Here we go, down the main drive here is the east side, where the National Lottery Heritage Fund has given us some money to restore one of the former chapels. Let's have a little visit inside so people can see what will be installed in years to come as part of the National Heritage Lottery funding. This chapel will be restored to its former glory and will be opened as an interpretation centre for Friends of Newark Cemetery. We're having a little grand tour of it here. I just opened the front door here and we're going straight through to visit the former chapel. Here's one of the former doors here, and they're showing you some of the old windows have been restored. And a number of old benches. I've got a little display here of some old fixtures here, which I'm hoping to let people see in the years to come. Here's the remembrance of the air bridge. Some old pictures of the chapel at different times of the year. And this is the air bridge uprising. We had Richard Todd, who was famous for the Dam Buster movie, came to Newark to unveil the war memorial to the fallen in the cemetery. And just want to make sure people realise. And we have James Fountain, who was buried in the cemetery for 50 years, from 1943 until his body was returned on the 17th of September in 1993. And this was his actual funeral on the 16th of July 1943. And in 1981, the former mayor of Newark visited James Sikorski's grave to remember his anniversary of his birth in 1981, which will have been 100 years. And there's a little picture of Sikorski. It's not so here's the well-known cross which was unveiled by James Fountain in 1941. The opening of the cemetery in 1981, he said, when he unveiled this cross, "If ever I was to die on foreign soil, here is where I would be like to be buried amongst my British and Polish comrades who helped me during my stay in England when his country was taken over by invaders." So he was flying back on the 4th of July 1943 when his plane unfortunately came in conflict, and he is buried now for 50 years until 1943. On the 16th of July 1943 he was buried in the cemetery and went back to Poland on the 17th of September 1993. Here we've got some old newspaper clippings. We're grateful to our local newspaper here, who gave us some old clippings here. Here's some of the sceneries over the different parts of the town. As you can see, summer, winter, We've got some nice ones here. Here's a lovely one here. And just going down all the different pictures, all the different sceneries here. Look at the main drive, all the trees. And the crocuses down here. And the leaves. Here's an old donkey cart which carried the graves in the bygone years, and it's actually stored in the Millgate Museum. And here we've got the layout of the cemetery, going down the main road of London Road, and you can actually see the layout of the cemetery, how it's all numbered, so people can find their loved ones or people they know who's buried in the cemetery. So here's another picture I picked up of a Spitfire. So here's the old chapel. So the oldest part of the cemetery is split into two halves, the east and the west, and this chapel is on the east side. On the central avenue, row plots are given letters of the alphabet, outward and paroled to the central avenue, and rows of plots along the avenue are given numbers starting at the London Road end. Therefore, the plot reference for Cafarata family is EA207. It's the first row onward from the avenue. And 207 plots are among the avenues of the east side. The plots location of the burials are recorded on a computer system in the central office in Newark Cemetery. So if anybody would like to find anybody. So anyway, nice to see everybody. And this is Lawrence Goff signing off at Cemetery, former chapel, which will be used as an interpretation centre real soon. So we'll have to encourage visitors to come to us. If anybody's interested in knowing about Friends of Newark Cemetery, you can contact the Newark Town Council or visit the main lodge at 01636 680 is a local town council number, by the way. So, thank you very much for stopping over to see my little display I put together, and it'll be formally opened real soon so people can see our famous chapel, which will be used as interpretation centre and information for the general public to see how we can remember our bygone years. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.